As Omicron fuels COVID-19 infection rates across the globe, most countries require tourists to take a polymerase chain test, commonly known as a PCR test, to enter their borders, making travel even more expensive. Is this daylight robbery or simple supply and demand?
In my case, I have to request a PCR less than 24 hours due to my airline requirements and to being able to come back to Spain. Yeah, it's about 100 euros to get one PCR test. So, yeah, it's quite an unexpected expense that, prior to coming here to South Africa, you didn't thought it could be that high, and you would have to spend that money on it.
The Progressive Health Forum's Dr. Aslam Dasu says the COVID-19 tests are still too high 2 years into the global pandemic. In South Africa, a PCR test cost upward of 850 rand, and in some instances, travelers have to pay over 2,000 rands.
No South African should be paying that price for a PCR test. So if you're a medical scheme member, your medical scheme has got an agreement for a year with the service provider at a fixed price, and I think they've budgeted for that and they're paying for that. However, it's a medical scheme and it should not have to pay excessive prices. And so if there is an unjustifiable increase in the price, relatively speaking, then I think that is deserving of regulatory scrutiny and action. More than 50% have been done in the private sector. And that amounts at 850 rand for over 10 million tests or whatever, to roughly 8 to 10 billion rand of income in these last 2 years, just to the three main labs. Now, that is a huge income, and I am certain that the profit margin on it is not justifiable at this point, certainly.
The Council of Medical Aid Scheme lodged a complaint with the Competition Commission over the pricing by private labs.
The Commission is engaged in an active and ongoing investigation of the matter, but at this stage we are in no position to confirm when an outcome would be reached on the matter. But we can assure the public that we are expediting the investigation in light of the prevailing and current circumstances of COVID-19.
While travellers wait with bated breath on the Competition Commission's outcome on the pricing of COVID-19 P-C-R testing, the Western Cape has entered a period of resurgence of COVID-19 infections as the Omicron variant continues to drive up numbers. For Newzroom Afrika on Channel 405, I am Nasiphi Same in Cape Town.